Education hasn't changed, but AI has changed absolutely everything. Parents are choosing university based on the logo. So we are preparing kids to do exams to get into universities to have the skills of memorizing the jobs that no longer exist. 50% of entry-level jobs will not exist by the end of this year. Welcome to our 10-part series where we teach parents how to future-proof the kids so they can become amazing change makers. Let's get started. As you know, disruption is happening everywhere. This is what a car looked like 100 years ago, and this is what cars look like now. They're self-driving and they don't even require petrol. They are sustainable. This is what a telephone looks like 100 years ago, and this is what our telephones look like now. And this is what education looked like 100 years ago. And this is what education look like now. Education hasn't changed, but AI has changed absolutely everything. And the question is your child ready? Schools have been teaching kids how to simply pass exams, but not how to live. And the problem is that AI has the answer to these questions that the kids are memorizing. Schools aren't teaching kids how to think, how to lead, how to build, how to adapt, and most importantly, how to stay human. A lot of students can answer really complex equations, but they absolutely cannot handle failure, uncertainty, and rejections. And one thing that we've seen more and more recently is students, high-performing students with really high grades, are the ones that are struggling the most in the real world, especially when it comes to AI, because they see it as a threat, because they've memorized things without often even understanding. So now they're going, what is my purpose? What can I do? The world has changed. But here comes the question again. Has your child changed? Are they ready for the world? Maps used to be printed with letters and numbers. When GPSs came out, a lot of people thought that they didn't need it. These days, it's so useful. On the palm of our hands, we know how to get there, how long it will take, what is the traffic like, and what is plan A, B, C, so I can get to my destination, maybe driving through the back streets or the main street. You can customize based on your personality style. And question that's been coming up recently, how long until we stop reading books the same way? Because education is not about memorization. It is about learning and having wisdom to make the right choices for our life in alignment with our life goals. And one thing that worries us so much, if we look at the situation in countries like the Philippines and Indonesia, in the biggest cities in the world, kids wake up super early, are stuck in traffic for 2 hours to get to class often by 7 a.m. That is mental. Then they are in school for 6 to 8 hours. Then they're stuck in traffic for another 2 hours. And then they have to rush home to do homework for what they report to over 5 hours a day of homework. And they are again reading information to memorize, and that is destroying the level of anxiety, depression, and also creating what is now called the emotional numbness. Information is free and fast, but wisdom is not. So your child needs to have coaching and mentorship to help them have faster clarity, make better decisions, have accountability for their actions or lack of actions, and also learn how to build confidence. Google gives us the answers, but it's coaches and mentors that help your child become the best version of themselves and mentor them step by step so that they can progress. I've got a question for you. When was the last time that your child's school asked them, what do you love doing? But instead, they're asking things like, what marks did you get? Which university do you want to get to? What jobs do you want to get? The reality is that these marks in a few months will mean nothing. The university, parents are choosing university based on the logo or the campus, not the quality of the wisdom that these kids are going to develop. And also jobs. Look at what's happening in the world. Jobs are absolutely disappearing. So we are preparing kids to do exams to get into universities to have the skills of memorizing the jobs that no longer exist. Instead, let's ask the kids over the dinner table today, what excites you? What problems do you want to solve? What kind of life do you want to have? And what was a challenge today that you had that you're proud to have overcome? Or that you're still working towards. Success is not about doing more. I love this quote that says, we need to stop being busy and we need to start being productive. And this is the beauty of AI today. It allows us to do so much more. We need to be rewired to do what we love, have more passion in what we do, because passion creates energy, and energy builds resilience for you to go forward on the things that you love, gives you the obsession and the focus that you work towards excellence, because discipline matters, but passion makes discipline sustainable. And you guys have seen us many times on stage sharing Ikigai, which is how do we figure out how to support our kids to do more of what they love, because the more they do what they love, the better they're going to be at, the more they can serve society and make the world a better place. And then we figure out how to get paid for that. But you don't start a child's career by pushing them into the jobs they will get. They need to have more space to figure out how they can be better at the things that they love and fix a problem in the world. So most children are being prepared for jobs that do not exist. Most children have been prepared for jobs like admin, accounting, legal, entry-level coding, right? How many of us haven't put our kids into coding classes? Now, let me share with you some crazy statistics. In January this year, they calculated what does an entry-level person with these skills cost to a company if the company was to use AI? And the answers were shocking. It costs a company on average $2.50 a month to have these roles automated or AI powered. So what do we need our kids to have? Creativity, leadership, communication, sales, and entrepreneurship skill. AI has changed everything, and we need to give our kids these skills because these are the skills that they need to be able to succeed in today's world. And also something super cool was when Sam Altman, the CEO of Chat, said, we will soon see a one-person billion-dollar company. And when he said this, people thought it was crazy that someone could by themselves using AI tools create a business that makes more than $1 billion. And let me tell you, this year, they're no longer talking about the one-person billion-dollar company that they spoke about 2 years ago. They now started talking about the $1 trillion person business, where one person is able to create a company that is worth $1 trillion. And what has happened traditionally in companies, for a company to be worth billions of dollars, they needed thousands of employees, huge operations, and massive capital. Now with AI, we can automate all of it, your customer support, your marketing, your operations, even your coding. The old model, founders were proud to talk about the number of hires, to build apartments, and they had to scale very slowly because of the size of this operation. In today's model, especially here in Australia, I am seeing between entrepreneurs, everyone's competing on who uses more AI and has less staff working for them. So now a founder builds AI agents. The things that AI agents can't do, then they go and hire top-end contractors who are then responsible for automating and scaling with minimal costs. This is what people are calling the solo unicorn, or the one-person billion-dollar company. And there is more. The founders of Anthropic, a couple of weeks ago in an interview, shared that it's estimated that 50% of entry-level jobs will not exist by the end of this year. So that means all of that homework, the memorization that kids had in school, to then go into uni means that 50% less jobs are happening. And this is just the statistics of estimation for the end of this year. Imagine what's going to be coming in the next couple of years. So again, what skills do your kids need to have? Entrepreneurship, leadership, communication, AI fluency, and something that you guys have seen me talking again and again and again about it, networking. It is said that 78% of the success of every global leader is because of the network. So being home, stuck in front of books, memorizing facts that AI could give us the answers in a second will not set us up for success. It is really the entrepreneurship, problem-solving AI skills that will make your child ready to be a change maker in the future. And these, as you can see, matter so much more than grades. There's been so much pressure on kids getting 10 out of 10, but things are changing so much. And that's where we at Academy Entrepreneurs come in to help you. We have built a future-focused curriculum that over the last 10 years, year by year, has been winning awards, not because of the quality, but because of the unique methodology and and the success rates that we are able to bring to society, where kids individually get mentorship. Kids are rewired to think like a problem solver, to come up with solutions, to pitch, to work in teams, to have the creativity, to fail and keep going forwards because they're doing what they love. We 100% encourage all kids to travel, join our study tours, get outside of your bubble and explore new parts of the world, not by seeing museums, but by interviewing people at Google, at Amazon. Recently, we had the Ateneo students interviewing ministers at the Parliament House in Australia. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And that's what we want to give your child. This is what's going to build up the confidence and the skills and the future readiness, not homework. We want to help your child throughout our Academy of Entrepreneurs University Pathway Diploma have the survival skills to be ready for today's world, where every class, every 15 minutes is built into an activity where kids are challenged to move forward. They're also using the latest tech and AI tools, not from a cheating perspective, but these are the tools that they're going to be using out in the real world, and also how to launch their careers out into the world. And in the future videos, I will be sharing some incredible success stories of students that have been accepted into the biggest incubators. Last week, we had news that a student on the first year of studying university after graduating from the Academy of Entrepreneurs Diploma has been accepted into the Disney paid internship program all the way in Florida. This is what our students are achieving, and your child could be the next one. So the next 12 months is the most important 12 months to shape your child for success. Technology is moving at rocket speed. And if your child is using tech, is exposed to global leaders, it's not that they will catch up. They're going to navigate the progress together with the rest of the world. So it's very important that we introduce students to all of these new tools and get them ready right now. Because at the same time that jobs are disappearing, for the first time in history, students in high schools in many skills are overtaking adults. I have seen so many 16-year-olds from the Philippines, from Australia, from Indonesia that had better prompting skills than the principals in the school. It's scary stuff, but exciting stuff if we equip our kids with the right skills. So let's start answering these questions. Is your child future ready? Do they know what they love? Are they building skills for the real world? And are they globally competitive? And that's why we have the University Pathway Diploma. Please contact us so we can sit down and build the perfect path for your child to become a global leader, step by step through the strategic methodology that we've built, from emotional intelligence to social entrepreneurship to ideation and validation, all the way to going to one of our coolest subjects called How to Fail and Not Die, and progressing into design thinking for disruption, finance for innovations, and so much more, which aren't business skills, they're life survival skills. So next step for you is very easy. Just send us an email to highschools@AEstudy, and within 24 hours, we will respond, and then we will book a meeting so we can understand what is your child's dream, what is your dream for your child, and we can start mapping out the perfect plan. I look forward to meeting you guys, and thanks for joining this 1 out of 10 sessions that we have created to share the biggest truths about the disruption of the world with parents that have ambitious goals for their child.